Dage Jige Jepe Sonam Dola Pinche Sanjin Luper So Sangwa Je Chedon Zoje Chonamal Shangyo Bada Dane Shazuj Dage Jige Jepe Sonam Dola Pinche Sanjin Luper So Sangwa Je Chedon Zoje Chonamal Shangyo Bada Dane Shazuj Dage Jige Jepe Sonam Lola Pinche Sanjay Dobarisho. Now I think possible when we do the practice of Dhamma on yourself or group together or giving teaching time, we need to have the three things we need to do for the action, Dhamma action will done. First is to make motivation. Why I do listen to the teaching of the Dharma. So that's the answer is. Then we make a motivation. So I want to help to the others. Others are tremendous. All other sentient beings. Others means all other sentient beings. All other sentient beings means 6 rounds of beings. God surrounds, the Asura surrounds, and also human beings surrounds, animals surrounds, and also hungry ghosts surround her beings. All those tremendous, mostly like 91 from the 199 beings are tremendous suffering. General ways in samsara beings are always suffering. Even we don't recognition this time, now we don't recognition of suffering. We don't have this obviously suffering with us. But the subtle suffering always day or night. Until when we finish or when we free from the samsara, then all sufferings are gone. I mean, all sufferings will be finished from us, from your side. Enter that subtle suffering all the time, day or night, all the time, subtle sufferings. People singing, dancing, joking, whatever they do, but with subtle suffering. We don't recognition. We recognition of the suffering is only one, suffering of sufferings. Suffering of sufferings. That means that when we have mentally or physically, like when we are having illness, when we sick, and when we injury, cut or broken by part of our body, cut of the body's stomach or damaged body, then we have suffering from that. That is the suffering of suffering. That's why I say that, because originally we are subtle suffering all the time. With then extra suffering, by headache, by many as disease, tremendous people having suffering. That is we are recognition of the suffering. That's what we call suffering of sufferings. Changing suffering we don't recognition. We think pleasure, and samsara, pleasure. Everything is happy, joy, whatever we do, like in the samsara, those are changing suffering. After that, then we will get the sufferings, Extremely, like when we have like a enjoyment party or something, then that's a little change. So we have happiness by food, clothing, shelter, feeling, form, whatever we got. All those are after that, then we will get the suffering. When we sit in the sun, then we stay too much in the sun. What do you call? And then we don't want to stay there, burning, get suffering. The best meaning enjoyment, that is to changing suffering to be gone, meaning to be burned. Yes. Winter time, when we hot, need to be cold. When we cold, then we need to warm. That's all the time like this. So also, like there are many ways you can think about changing suffering. So anyway, so those are should be actually in samsara all the times we are suffering. So all other sentient beings tremendously suffer in the samsara, in the ordinary place. Therefore when we see that, we wishing to help. Take an example, self, them say, yourself or myself. Because when we have, what kind of we have a feeling, bad feeling, and also what kind of we have those difficult. Those are, I have, or others also same way. Ordinary beings, other means, other ordinary beings, same way. So I then think about, I myself, I want free from that, and also others also same thing. So that's why I will need help. That's why I need to have a great happiness place myself first. I don't have power now to help to others. If I have power, then I can do. That's why I need to have the power. Means I want to have the great enlightenment of Buddhahood. Go first myself. Then completely I have power to help to the others. That's why I wishing for myself become a being Buddha. Therefore I need to do the practice. For the practice I need to learn more. Without learning, difficult to do practice. So that's why I was studying think about. Then just like that, I need to do meditation for the become a being Buddha, for the others. All those are same kind of motivation. And during the action, then during the meditation is concentration without losing concentration with the objectives, very important. During the teachings, also we listen to the teachings. So whatever say, much maybe from me sometimes difficult because my English is not so clear. So, but I can, or I do try to make a explanation for the you to realize or meaning of the teachings. So that's a choice, concentration with teaching. Then when we finish, then we do dedication. We dedication to, you see. When you do practice yourself, also those three things are very important. When we do together, also three things are very important. So that's one. So then, I will share this one. The other thing, we do the pray first. All the time we pray first. We doing pray is the taking refuge first. In the morning, teachings are taking refuge, and then we do the Guru Puja, the Lama Tsongkhapa. So those are very important things. So because of that, we need to have the merit. If we don't have merit, if we don't have enough merit, then it's difficult to attend the teachings. Even do attend the teachings, but difficult to make a lesson. Mind away, maybe think about another place. My body's here, but mind goes somewhere, so think about other things, they never come in here. Meaning of the teachings doesn't come in. So, example, sometimes people are very show, very beautiful to show. When we see that someone talking near to them, they don't listen, they heard it, but they don't. Actually, we can say, don't understand what it's saying, because all those senses are only one object, not all. Eye senses only form to what do you call object to see the object of the forms, form what kind of form. Ear senses, or ear senses means, I say, what do you call ear consciousness, to hear only sound, doesn't see the form. Ear consciousness doesn't see the form. Smell only consciousness, only good or bad smell, that's all. They see the sound. Did he hear sound? Did he see the form? And then when it's conscious of the feeling with bodies, only see feel, touch, bad or good, rough or smooth, that's all see. All those are senses with consciousness. Each of the function is different ways. One mental consciousness, then everything doing. Actually, when we see the things, this like color, white, red, blue, whatever, eye consciousness pick up the form, but to make detail, this blue, this is red, this is blue, this is red, this is green, by mental consciousness. So that's kind of, so I'm talking about if you do the lesson, to teachings, if you use something, something to see the interest, to like form something, then difficult. But together, maybe see this form and hearing here, that's together, maybe yes. When we, like His Holiness giving teachings, we can see His Holiness, and also we can sound it. But not one consciousness. It's not. So anyway, those are. And also then, when we do the prayers, we try to make obstacles away. Obstacle for to listen to the teachings, obstacle for meditation, obstacle for any kind of positive actions, try to make a way. So that's then also same thing. Antidote, the real antidote is the way saying, like the Atangati, Parangati, Parasangati, Bodhi. So this is the mantra of the Panchaparamita. The Panchaparamita means wisdom. The wisdom is the real antidote. Antidote of to make a way to the obstacles. And also we have big obstacle is the actually it's ego-grasp mind. Ego-grasp mind. Ego-grasp mind is the obstacle, big obstacle. But that's challenging. That's one by wisdom. By wisdom means Panchaparamita. The Panchaparamita does to show the impotence, the realization of the impotence of the wisdom, the shows by the Atangati, Parangati, Parasangati, Bodhi source. So that's why we are saying big, so big reasons. So that's it. Then Mandala became Mandala less. Because to get the teachings. So our request to Mandela, this time we are not giving to the actually it's like a three figures jewels also directly is not. Directly we could tell like His Holiness giving teachings, we are being request to His Holiness. My body, speech, mind, or position, whatever is together with the Mandala. Edan Guru Rina Mandala Kanayati means please you Guru to have this, the same mantras. Edan Guru Rina Mandala Berena means precious jewels or precious Guru to accept please my offerings. That's what I'm saying. So that's for to get the teachings. Under the end of the teachings, so thank you, when we are saying thank you to Guru, but Guru accept also. All those are put together like visualizations. Didn't say the words, but visualize to give to with the material. When with the material comes, we are like put in the treasures, storage, with the material. Please keep this meritus until you come. When you come, we will be there. Then at that time, I say, like whatever giving teachings and everything's combination, or you accept the advantage of the material yourself. That's what we're saying. There is words, but I think this is meaning like that. So that's so now motivation is already so. Now I think really it is. Now we're going to say here. A teacher always says in the morning, they don't say good morning but always he says, do you have good mind? Do you have good mind? That's what I'm saying. We say good morning. Sir, do you have good mind? Do you have good mind? Do you have good mind? That's great. Good mind means as not only positive mind is not. More than that, the great compassion, great loving kindness, this kind of mind to have it. Actually, higher than bodhicitta, to have the good mind means mind for the care for the others or charity for the others. This kind of you have a mind. That means real is, I think, great compassion, loving kindness is the central practice. It comes here tonight. You can read. You can see it tonight. So, loving kindness, compassion is simple practicing, or is simple. Don't think by that ways. People think high initiations. If it says initiation, everybody says, oh yes, we get it. Blessing. Everybody doing it now. But real, maybe you need to say initiation of bodhicitta, initiation of loving kindness. they may become. Anyways, it comes here tonight. You see? Through the teachings. So, good mind, to have good mind is really always a teacher says for everybody. So, that's good mind. Generally, good mind is very good, virtuous mind. But he's not only more than good, more than virtuous mind. Loving kindness, great compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta. It means, good mind means like that. And a virtuous mind also very good. Because if our mind is very important, mind as they contaminate by delusions, then we wrong. Or our body So action, speech is action, all wrong, will be wrong. Because of our natural mind is contaminated by delusions. Wrong. If our natural mind, with faith, devotion, and also loving kindness, bodhicitta, of course, and loving kindness, great compassion, then that means our body's action, speech must be good, should be good, because the mind control our body's speech. Really it is. You think about it. General. We have three things: body, speech, mind. From those three, which are more important? Which are more important? Do you think? Yeah. Mind is really important. Everything comes here first. There's good mind if you have a nicely words come out. Nicely. Like we become a family or, husband and wife, and they honey or something just very nice, sweet. When you hungry here, our mind is contaminated by anger. You can see that one. Something says, I don't know what is nice or sorry. I don't know. Don't say that. Because maybe it gave answers. It's good, but even they gave answers, but very rough. Because our nature mind is contaminated by anger. Really, these are very, very important things. Our mind is mind is neutral, general. Then by positive or negatives, control. That's why we, by positive, with our mind, positive knowledges with our mind, our body speech is good action, does. Bad things with our mind, then all those negative karma, making negative karmas by bad mind. Mind is neutral but contaminated by delusions. That's why we're making the negative action. Negative action, the result is pain, suffering, unhappiness, everything. So need to know, try to make, that's why I think we focus our mind. My mind is good or bad. Always, really. So anger, attachment, jealous, proud, all those comes. Those are enemy of us. So, like those negative mind is contaminated our natural mind. That's why those harm to us. Really, so I think very important thing. That's why I think Buddha himself says, try to make a control or to make a training of the mind is very important. That's what I say. He says, don't make any. This is the what do you call rule? Give me the rule of the Buddhism. Don't make anything negative actions. Give principles of whatever you can do, positive action, virtuous action, you must do. Around the same also does to make a trim or to make a subdue, yes, to do it. This is my advice to you. So same thing, okay? That's I think we do now. Main thing, we always include myself. We need focus to our minds. What is doing? very difficult ways when you go to work and everything, don't think. But time to time, many times, something little bit come up like this, then that time we need careful, The medicine is when sickness comes, need to be used the medicine. But give the medicine, but when we sick, if we don't use it, then what do you think? That's intelligent or not? No. Same thing. We are learning, practicing. These are for the antidote of the negativeness, or to make purify the negative, whatever we needed. So those are. So to remembrance, think about to make negative action. If you know that one. Without knowing making negative actions, better. If we know that, that cannot do it, but I need to do it, then that's very worse. Sometimes people think, generally I cannot do this, but maybe it should be okay now. I think that's not so good. That's very deliberate, with a known making negative action. That's bad. Much more worse, 100 times worse than, without knowing to make a negative action. All those I think we focus today. Okay, now go back to the adhikas. Now, these are very important. Now, tonight I think coming now, which partially I said it, but these are also coming. What is the best to do practice when you know tonight from here? High level tenders to making the better do, or loving kindness, compassion. Those are bodhicitta is mostly important to practice. Here say. So we will see. So okay, now then a teacher did study whatever existing in Sanskrit in India with the Dharma teaching, from Buddha's teaching and the commentary of Buddha's teachings. Everything a teacher did to learn, study, not only for the intellect study, with a study and also experience of all those teachings. He has it. Would you like to read this?
He also knew all the different practices of the 18 sub-schools of the Vaibhashika sect on such...
No, this is what we did already. This
yes.
Already,
yeah. I thought you wanted me to...
No, this...
Okay, the next paragraph.
Yeah.
But although he received and practiced all the Dharma on Sutra and Tantra to be found in India at the time, he continued to wonder which path was the swiftest to enlightenment.
Okay, that's all. Do you understand the sentence? And he think, what is the best practice to do or to learn or to do practice for the become being Buddha? Always thinking. Lam Rim is continually thinking about that. Do we do? No? Sometimes. That's true, I think. Not always, that's it. Sometimes. So I think Etika did continually, always, what is best thinking. Then you remember his guru, Rahula. His Rahula, Rinpoche considered means dark, very dark mountain in the cave, dark mountain in the cave. Lama Rahula staying in there. He saw before. He Lama Rahula realized, or he knows what is the artist thinking. He knows by clear voice. Not with attention. I didn't talk to them. No, but he knows what he's thinking. His thinking is what he said. What is the best to do? What is the best to learn for the become a quick, become a being Buddha. Then Lama Rahula about this he knows by clear voice. Then Lama Rahula came to the Atisha place. Said that as if to come. And then he speak to the Atisha. Okay. What he said. If you see the pace of the or directly to see the deities, directly to see the deities, deities like Great Samaja, Yametaka, or any kind of, many four level of tantras. There's many deities has. So those are Yedam get Thomas, get Thomas to see the deities. Here say Hel Thomas to see the deities pace. Says that.
It says to see the visions.
Visions. To see anyway. Thomas. Jingoja. Also, the deity of the mandalas. Also, true. Obviously, a combination of that you wanted. That's one. Or Tumonga means it's not spring. Seed. You know, understand? Seed. CDs. Yeah, CDs. Huh? Yeah. Thing is, the register means you have samadhis, just like a line of the mountains, line. Because that means no shaking, because when you think about something, object, it's no shaking, only staying there, like a mountain. Mountain not moving, just like that. Your mind is not moving. Samadhi is very stable, like this. Turn. Digital, kaya machines. Those are, if you have to see the pace of the deities, or also you see the combination of the deity of the mandalas, obviously, and also you have this common too. I mean, not only spring, common seed. Top of that. Also, you have the very deep samadhi, very deeply, without motion by obstacles or something like this, like a mountain. All those, if you have those, that's nothing great, nothing great. Kaya machine. And Shamba tongues, loving kindness, Ningi means great compassion, Sanjuji Sen means bodhicitta. You must to do practice of the loving kindness, to do practice of the great compassion, to do my practice of the bodhicitta. Would you like to read this? That's the beginning and this.
From what good is it to have the...
No, there's a Lama Rahula said this from them.
Okay.
I did already, but what says.
Okay. But although he received and practiced all the Dharma on Sutra and Tantra to be found in India at the time, he continued to wonder which path was the swiftest to enlightenment. And Rahula Gupta, who was living in a cave on Mount Krishnagiri, knew this through his clairvoyance.
Okay.
He went to Atisha and said, "What good is it merely to have the visions of tutelary deities, to manifest many sets of deities in their mandalas, to achieve many of the common psychic powers,
Psychic powers, okay.
or to have single-pointed concentration as firm as a mountain chain? Train your mind with love and bodhicitta."
That's one. All those, if you have, that's no big deal. Mm-hmm. Then what you need to do is that then practice both loving kindness, training of the loving kindness, training of the great compassion, training of the bodhicitta. Must do that. Then he mentioned, Tuji Chembo, Hingi Layan Yidam Diplons. Your Yidam is best Yidam for you. Avalokiteshvara. Avalokiteshvara is best deity for you. Because the Avalokiteshvara is the deity of the great compassion. So that's what I say. Layan Yidam Dusums. The Avalokiteshvara is the deity of the compassion. That's why you keep your Yidam means meditation deity. See, that's it. Then also another one. Hoa Maton Pardus. Enter the finish all samsaras. You must to make promise or must to make a commitment. Take the commitment. The action of all other sentient beings enter the finish of samsara. They said that?
Yes, to pledge yourself to work for the sake of sentient beings till samsara is emptied.
Okay. See, this is in the Bodhicitta Avatar, Shanti Deva's book. His Holiness always quotation from that. What say? As long as what say? Space remain sentient beings. I will be remained about the serve for the sentient beings. So always that's one same kind of Bodhicitta Avatar also. Shanti Deva said here also. Lama Rahula said to the Atisha. All those are everything comes together. We need different teachings, but all those are same meaning, same together. So very important to do the. He didn't say you should do the higher tantras or should do practice like those kind. You must to do the. Your deity is the great compassion, deity of the Avalokiteshvara, because Avalokiteshvara is the deity of the compassion. And then you must to make a commitment, take commitment yourself. Enter this finish samsara of sentient beings. You must to do the action of the all sentient beings. That's what I'm saying. So that's his Holiness quotation from the Shanti Deva's book. So that's it. Then, that's what Lama Rahula said. Now, then that times the Atisha living in the Bodh Gaya. So you know Bodh Gaya, everybody knows. With that become in Latin in the Bodh Gaya. We can go now there, see, with the structure and also very the Ayanagajina also sometimes live there. So now yang doji den je konsa na then kon the teacher live in doji den, staying in the doji den, and also then suffer ambaland of the temple. Then then see now say all those there is structures, all paintings and the structures. They're talking each other. The addition here. Some was asking questions, some was giving answer. What is that? Doji danger. Alright, that's what I. This answer says later. But here, doji danger. The temple of the Bodh Gaya, south, waves from south. Nankalas in space. Million day Pumuni Tigala to each other. Like two girls, no look like human beings. Just very beautiful two girls ask questions. What they did. You to change our depe. One girl says, if want to be quick to become a being with the, what need to do? What need to do? See? Translate, read later. What to do? Then, Shaiki Sevalas, his other girls give an answer. Shanti to sell a flapper showers. Oh, if someone's become a being with that who wanted, that person need to do the practice of bodhicitta. See, that's what I'm saying. If you know, Shanti sell a flapper shower means to do the practice of bodhicitta. Shanti ji sen jonta zambo ki sumudu palas. Yeah. Shanti ji sen jonta zambo ki sumudu palas. Konga, oh that's girls ask questions, and also the same like Lama Rahula was said, same kind of answer. So Konga, oh that must be great. But Chitta is. Then another one. Then, Aditya, when heard this one, they stopped the Sako Ambaland and then think about that. Then all those meanings are just like from the one pot to another pot, just or the milk or something fall, just like that. Kind of those two girls. Answer comes in his mind. That's just comes like that. Go to the same page. No, you can give showing two straight. Then the global means Ayanagan Jonas is a meditation garden. He sat there. Think about that. Yes, no? Then there is two ladies, one young, one older. And that's one also visions. Two that there's two ladies, one young, one older. Gambatis, old lady told to the young lady, told, what said. If you quick become a being Buddha, also Shanti Senjong Sungas, you must practice of bodhicitta. Also, old lady told to the young one, if you want to become a quick being with that, you must to learn or to practice in bodhicitta. He said, that's something, okay? When I finish it, then you can read, okay? Then, oh yes. This is something. That's it. Then, one day, a teacher also, Saka Ambaland of the temple, both the temple, it says that time, Shandab O na Tigi Bikuchi Helnis, Shandab O means temple has this, like this kind of outside and also painting, it's made by stone, it's not painting, stone. Then one Tathangatas, palm of Tathangatas, leaders with those images. Which you be hearness, that's one image of Buddha. It says hearness, hairs, that hair means what is? We say hair. To call the person A or hairs. You see, Sanskrit, right? Bendit means monk. Monk, Bendit is the name of the monk. So talking to the addiction, Bendit. You don't know about Sanjava and Depes. If you become a quick being Buddha, if you wish to quick become a being Buddha, then Shang Hingi Shangi San Zhong Qing Song. Loving kindness, great compassion, bodhicitta, you must think of that. So, Dora Kangula, Koanzi says, I think another also, Sako Amalanda of the temple. Pasui Java, Keditova, Yuba teachings. Made elephant's bone, Buddha's image, Buddha's image. Buddha's image. Made the done them. When I finish, then you read slowly, okay? So, when elephant's bone, what do you call? So, made Buddha's poem. That's not talking to him, what do you call? Addition. Jogi is, the means as an act, like to talk to named, Jogi means the little bit respected. Jo means Jogi means sir or something like this. You don't know about Sanjava and Depe, Shangi Saint Johnson. Same thing, that's also, if you want to become a quick Buddha, you must have training of the bodhicitta. As Johnson. Then, Georges, then, a sense that they are teachers. Shangi Saint Rinpoche, Masheba Shepata. Shangi Saint Rinpoche, the bodhicitta, if not born to be born. She is in complete service. After the bodhicitta trouble in the mind, or with the mind, they increasing bodhicitta. She should be sure. For those who can give the whole instruction, details, who can give it? So giving of the teachings, Zopa, no he. Who can do that? Where is that? Then he want to know the teacher. Now would you like to read this? Then I'll do after that. Now your time, slowly. What say? Means
when he was circumambulating. Start from there.
Yeah.
One day, Atisha was walking round the Vajra seat of enlightenment at Bodh Gaya. While on the circumambulation path, he witnessed a conversation between two statues.
No,
Another,
two statues. Oh, yeah, okay, you're right.
Another time, two girls who had transcended the limitations of the human body were having a conversation in the southern sky over Bodh Gaya. In what dharma should someone who desires swift and complete enlightenment train? Asked one girl. The other replied, train in bodhicitta. Yes, training through bodhicitta is the noblest means. He had stopped circumambulating in order to listen and took it to heart like one vessel receiving all the contents of another. One time he was standing by the stone bench that Acharya Nagarjuna had built. Acharya Nagarjuna had built. There was an old woman and a girl. Anyone who desires complete enlightenment soon, said the woman to the girl, should train in bodhicitta. A statue of Buddha under a balcony of the great temple at Bodh Gaya once spoke to him while he was circumambulating. O mendicant, it said, if you wish to be enlightened soon, train yourself with love, compassion, and bodhicitta. Once while he made a circuit round a small stone-walled cell, an ivory statue of Buddha Shakyamuni said to him, O yogi, train in bodhicitta if you want complete enlightenment soon. Thus Atisha developed more bodhicitta than he had ever done before, and in order to increase it to its most developed state,
this is, I think, translation, I think, sense dams, then Atisha think about it. Shanjuji said, Masheba shepherds, it's not Mazi, it doesn't, he doesn't admit, doesn't have the bodhicitta, how to have bodhicitta. And also bodhicitta has already, to have bodhicitta already, how can be become increasing?
To increase it to its most developed state.
Di menga means the instruction. So who can give the instruction of that? So who has that one? Instruction of that.
He wondered who holds the complete set of instructions on this.
Yeah, that's right. Then
he made inquiries and discovered that the great Guru Suvarna
he asked about that to the others. Who has those kind of quality, great quality, a teacher, you know. So then, Dute says that times, the Lama Selingpa chambers, Lama Selingpa, Shanjuji said, Dangpo Chokpa said, that is that time that time Lama Selingpa is, or was looking, is maybe could be okay. Shanjuji said that was the belonging or the holder of those instruction of the instruction of the bodhicitta, means the teaching of bodhicitta, how to. I think that time he is great one. Then, Danga Jogbar Singh Bishar said, the people says the Lama Selingpa is the best teacher for that. So said they heard this one. Then the Selingpa can be Shadund. Then he went to the selling. The Atisha that time in India, selling is the Indonesia, you know. Indonesia. Lama Selingpa, he was, or his staying place in Indonesia. Selingpa Chembi Shadundu, Chensei Dangayon of Simbi Shar, selling the Jambri genus. They call the Atisha thing, but go to the what do you call Indonesia. Then here is Zambiling is selling the Chonglan drawing, Chomba. Zambiling means from the India to go to the selling many merchandise, you understand? Merchandise. Yeah, business people.
Yes,
so they go there to for the business to get in. Zambiling is no selling. Zambiling means that time as no really Zambiling the only Indians. So from India to go to Indonesia, they say selling the Chonglan doing. Chomba language genders. Person business who has experience of to go from India to go to the what do you call Indonesia, yes. Then what I say, I think read it, you can, this maybe you can read, okay? What is that?
Tisha made plans to go to Savarnadvipa in Indonesia in order to receive the complete instructions on bodhicitta.
Mm-hmm.
He traveled the ocean for 13 months in a boat with some traders who were going there on business.
Mm-hmm.
Kamadeva, the powerful demon god of lust, could not bear to see the Buddha's teachings spread, and to hinder Atisha's bodhicitta, made the boat
to make obstacles, okay?
Made the boat turn around by blowing up a headwind.
Like tornadoes, you know? Go, days go, then these demons to make us backwards also, many days. So that's kind of the 13 months take from India to Indonesia. These days we don't need like that because of aging and everything, you know. Then what say?
Then he blocked the boat's passage with a monstrously huge whale the size of a mountain, hurled lightning bolts from the sky, and so...
I don't know, monster, this time we don't see that, is it? That time was like almost like a dinosaur or something?
Dinosaur.
Or dinosaur or something. There was, but we don't see now. We don't have now. Same thing also. Can be that monsters, the monsters like this. Small boats can be going through that one. And also smack everything. That's what it says.
This caused much havoc, and Pandit Kasidigarbha implored Atisha to use his wrathful powers.
Uh-huh.
Atisha entered single-pointed meditation on Red Yamataka and subdued the demon hordes. Eventually, his party reached Indonesia.
Okay, then?
Atisha had already become a great scholar and adept. As we have said, when only 18 months old, he had, without any prompting, spoken words that proved he was already conversant with bodhicitta. And yet he willingly underwent these hardships to reach Indonesia, which must...
When he was 18 months older, then what say? Sanju Sen took Jompins, Sung Ranchis Shamba Techans, like a look, 18 months older boy, went out of the town, I mean from palace, just like bodhicitta with him, naturally with him, just like this, sympathy when from the crowd people in those suffering beings when see lots of the poor beings see, just like all those are what do you call them? Empty feeling for those others. He has an empty feeling. So that's kind of, he has then that still to go to the Lama Selling was difficult ways. 30 months go and to get the teaching of the bodhicitta. So that is the then what we read, I think.
When only 18 months old, he had, without any prompting, spoken words that proved he was already conversant with bodhicitta. And yet he willingly underwent these hardships to reach Indonesia, which must convince us that nothing is more fundamental in the Mahayana.
Dillian Hakwim Shanti Sam which Dillian Hakwim that not more than this one's the Tibetan belongs to members. The great path, you know, the bodhicitta. There is no higher than bodhicitta from the Mahayana practice. Say that?
Yes.
What does it say?
It says it must convince us that nothing is more fundamental in the Mahayana than precious bodhicitta.
Okay. Then?
Atisha spent 13 months on this journey, yet he never took off his robes, the sign of ordination.
No. Then this Jaji Pamukkapa says, this is the between there's Tibetan monks. When they go out from the monastery, the light clothes put on. Some not everybody's don't, but some, you know, when they need to do, then some they doing. So that's a little bit criticized, you know. Read,
he did not travel as we do. When monks nowadays go on pilgrimage, they put on lay clothes the moment they cross the bounds of the monastery. Some of them even carry long spears. I think strangers must feel afraid of them and would wonder, are these fellows cutthroats?
Oh, wait a minute, yes. That's not it. They change the monk's robe and they means go to the program to see the holy places. Sometimes they do. Pilgrimage, yes. Then they, what say, Indian people, they talk this one, what say? No, spear.
Some of them even carry long spears.
Oh yeah, that's the case. The people protest sometimes. This is like a, you know, like a, what do you call Robin?
Yeah, robbers.
No, Robin. Robbers. Okay, see, read it.
And then it says, I think strangers must feel afraid of them and would wonder, are these fellows cutthroats? It's like a pirate or something, I think they are, because they have the big...
They frightened. They think, kill... People think, this must be this rough. This can be, kill us and take away things from us. They're thinking, because they don't know. They don't know. Then?
So, we must in the future set an example by not taking off our robes, the sign that we are ordained. This will benefit the teaching, omniscient Gedrub Rinpoche.
Kedru Rinpoche is the left side of the, here, over there. Kedru Jes, the Rinpoche to the chief disciples, you know, Kedru Rinpoche. Eyes like a lamb. And like that. Then he says,
Rinpoche said, the bodies of the ordained are made beautiful by the two saffron robes. When the ordained adopt the signs of lay people, this kind of behavior will ruin the teachings.
Mm-hmm. So ordained people with robes, great, you know, very is great. What I say, unique. The great, beautiful. But those ordained people, they taking the robe of the light peoples, then can be frightened. They say that or what say?
It says it will ruin the teachings.
Okay, then?
Some might claim one must be ripe on the inside and not preserve the externals at all.
Oh, this is the people saying like this, you know. Outside it doesn't matter. inside be good, that's no right. If you show the rough from the outside, inside if you have good respect others, or if you good, but you show to like rough, people they think then disgusting. If you have inside good, outside also can be, might be good, you know. So that's what I'm saying here. Some people say, oh, outside doesn't matter, inside is more important, you know. They say that. Okay.
This does not set a good example for the teachings in general. All the sanghas.
That's no good example for the Buddha Dharma, general Buddha Dharma, and also Genduna Shishi, the sanghas also. No good for the sanghas also. No respect. Other people, they don't know. Would you like to read this?
All the Sangha's external actions must be done in a calm and disciplined manner. Shariputra was led to the truth of the path of seeing by Ira Ashvajit's manner.
That's using, yes, we live here. So, outside manner is very important. Very important. Because Shariputra in that time, Shariputra is Brahmin son. Boy he's a race of the Brahmin. So he has 50 what do you call it? It's with his arranged. Parents made it, 50 boys. And also Shariputra Mangalpa also, another Brahmin son, also he has also a good family, and also he with him playing, and also around him 50 those. So then Shariputra, he playing with the boys. Also then this one came. Tatu is Power Tatu is the Ahart, very great. It's very peaceful and very knowledgeable, and just like being when Buddha comes like this kind of. No, the Buddha's knowledge doesn't have, but outside is just Jittoa means very peaceful. So then Shariputra right ways. Faith devoted to them, and he says, I want to love you. So that's why Shariputra and his servant, 50 boys together become then monk. With Tatu bring to the Buddha's place. So Mangalpa also same way like this. So I think that means outside manner is very important. Some people says outside is okay, inside be good, outside doesn't matter. That's wrong. So if we have inside good, outside good, must show. See? Now I can stop here. Anyways, this we have great lesson. It's really bodhicitta, great compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta is great practice, really it is. Great practice. It become a being with the quick ways, what they needed. Now you think about this. Try to learn by memory. There's many questions there. If someone want to become a quick way to the Buddha, or become a Buddha by quick ways, what is important to do? Loving kindness, great compassion, bodhicitta. So that's it. So that means now I tell you, loving kindness, when we do practice, everyone equally to be success. Equally. They are not jealous. If you have a loving kindness good, that person will not be jealous. jealous with sisters, brothers, family, neighbors, many ways. So they are not, will not be if loving kindness. Because loving kindness is everybody to be happy, joy, success. What kind of they have success? We need more than that. We wish for more than that. So one thing, that's great one. If we have a great compassion to practice great compassion, we will not harm and damage others. Never. By word, by physically, by mentally, we will not harm others. Because compassion, when we do meditation of compassion, enemy, strangers, friends, everyone, equally, without discrimination, equally to be free from sufferings. We do. We think about that. That's why we will not harm anyone, harm by verbally, by physically, by mentally. No. So that's the key. So bodhicitta is when take a response, everything for the other sentient beings. I want everyone to, without discrimination, everyone take to the great enlightenment place. That's why I wish for myself become a being Buddha. Because I need power for everyone to take care of those. See, that's why I think. So now we know so much we can. Really need to learn. There's no reading. These are by practice to think about, meditate. Really try to make a loving kindness, great compassion, bodhicitta. No reading. Reading is one thing, yes. So, but when we reading for the meaning, when to get meaning, we need to do it. So that's what I think. That's a great now. So now we know. Rahula, Lama Rahulas and the Dakan Dakinis, they did say, you get initiations to do first, then you'll be quick. You say mantras, then you'll be okay. No. This one, see, already here. So now great, I think we all have listen. Great compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta. Those three, those are the great. Much we can. You can learn this with work, with study. Students with study, with living with families. Anywhere we can do. Really, it is learning from the person we are, like staying here, a family. From this, we can learn. Beginning very huge, direct ways to. Like someone mean to use, but difficult, but try to make notice. Oh, they are rough to me, they are, criticize me, but I cannot do back to them like this. No. Because I wanted to be born loving kindness with me. I want to be born in my mind, great compassion, bodhicitta. So therefore, I should not do this thing. So that's all. Now we do dedication. So we are together tonight, So very good, really it's a Patisha's action it was. That's good example for us. We repeat. We need to repeat. We follow that. So that's we think about to do it. So by those merit, with the Dharma, long time, staying with the beings, His Holiness Dalai Lama and any other masters to have a long life, practitioners to have the good practice or accomplishment or practice of bodhicitta, practice of the great compassion, loving kindness without obstacles, to have the accomplishment of those practices. Then in this world, this country will not have bad things happen. disease, starvation, and the fighting, war. That's kind of will not happen. Everything good fortunes coming in this world. Independently we think, but all sentient beings free from delusions and illusions, and become a being Buddha, by which we did action of the Dharma. We are together. Sancho Simcho Rambo Che Maje Bana Shejo Che Sheva Nyamba Me Bawata Hone Kondo Pewar Sho Tonya Tawa Rambo Che Maje Bana Shejo Che Sheva Nyamba Me Bawata Hone Kondo Pewar Sho Kare Ravi Kulmi Jinkamatare Pendawa Dewa Malu Jumene Shere Zawa Denze Jatu Ye Shape Senti Bardo Denjur Ye Sa Ye Be So Ye Me To Cham Rero Ye Nide Jambonde Sanje Jindo Me De Bo Ye Dokuyananda Yina Shabar So Edam Guru Rena Mandala Niyadayame. Oh, yeah. What is the important? Tongue? Really? Compassion? Then compassion. The loving kindness? What's it? Loving kindness. Loving kindness. Love. Okay. Three. Then tongue. Tongue. And then tongue. With mind. Good mind. Good mind. Good mind is full of good speech, good body action. Good mind. If we have good mind, then our body's action will be good, speech action is good. Okay? No, not this one. Yeah. Okay. Remind, make it remind.
Yeah.